What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY. Back with another one of that R&B pod. For those that don't know who I am him. Honorable Jones. Now Bantu Oraju. But an Al Kebule kidnapped. That's ready for that get back. And welcome back. For those may not know, today is my B-Day. Another year around the sun, man. And it's an honor to be here, man, to still carry the DNA of my ancestors and to pass on my, you know what I'm saying, pass on my prodigals to my children and having children and, you know, they telling me happy B-Day and, you know, every time I hear from them, you know what I'm saying, it's always a pleasure. You feel me? But on a serious note, you know what I'm saying? Now that I've received another year, another grace on this earth, right? Another day to continue the mission, another year. I have me myself. I come to the realization that I have to start doing better in a lot of things, and one of those things is being more urgent, doing things with urgency than being so laid back. Sometimes you're so stuck in an old pattern growing up in a society that you wanted, that you having in your mind you wish to be, and you trying to hold on to that, knowing that society and the pace and the frequency is there's no laid back. Like everything is urgency. You gotta move. You know what I'm saying? Every every time, every moment, every possession. You know what I'm saying? Like it's done with a sense of urgency. And when you try to play the game laid back, thinking that the game was a laid back thing, you know what I'm saying? And nothing, they took that away. They took that easy, relax, put money here, there. Nah, you really gotta be more. Everything gotta be hands on. Gotta be willing to take the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be willing to take the rejections and feel. You know what I'm saying? Feel and incompleted. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Try to get there, and you know what I'm saying. You come to the realization it's like you really gotta start moving with a sense of urgency. We really gotta, you know what I'm saying? We really gotta understand the game and how it really is, and you understand and understand that it's no longer the laid back game. If I said anything, it's really no longer the laid back game. And for me, you know what I'm saying, I have to break out of thinking it's a laid back game when everything, every move, every time, every second, every moment, every possession, you feel me? It counts and it has to be done and move with calculation, urgency, awareness, point accuracy. You know what I'm saying? Like everything gotta go, but you gotta know that. You can't just sit back and thinking that, you know what I'm saying, a miracle is gonna fall in your hands. And yes, me, my ancestors is always with me. But like I said, it's really not that game no more. Like you for example, right? Let me give you an example. You get a boatload of money. Say you get like 15 bands, right? The average person subconsciously in the times of in the days knew that you got 15 bands. You hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? You spend it wisely. You feel me? you spend it wisely. That's the real logical sense. And then you have those back in those days that got that money, spend it, and spend it broke, made it, etc., etc. But as you got into that foundation of just stacking bread and sitting back, you realize that sitting back and just thinking that the shit is gonna be smooth, calm, and collective is really, what I'm saying? Like the game is really done. The pace done got enhanced where you can't even move like that no more. You really gotta be on something. Nah, I can't even do that. And that's what this is the shit that for somebody like myself is like, yeah, you really can't move like that no more. You really gotta do things with pace. You really gotta operate, you understand? You really gotta operate with a sense of urgency and wanna get shit done, because if you sit back and wait, bro, because the game is rigged, bro. If you sit back and wait, you're gonna miss out. And as I'm getting older, you know what I'm saying? The mindset in myself is like, yo, I'm gonna hold myself. I'm gonna fall back because I don't want my I don't want my son to be without a father. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing that you come to your mind. It's like, you gotta operate and move at the pace of your son. This is how we was brought up. This is how the real Mondems 90s, early 2000s brought up. You know what I'm saying? You move with the pace of your child, right? So if your child is, 6 months or whatever, you outside a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As they get older, you know what I'm saying? You have that conversation like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm there. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be good when you in the crib by yourself. Your dad about to go make this run. Yes, dad. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we moved with that pace of our child. In today's society, there's no longer that. Like, them niggas took that shit away. Like, you really gotta bust your behind. And you know what I'm saying? Your option is, spend your bread wisely, or you're gonna be the one that, works overtime, 3 overtime jobs, doing 2 jobs, working 3 shifts to make enough money. You get what I'm saying? To where you can, feel like you can hold on to that. But in reality, you're holding yourself back, and that's how I feel for myself. I feel like I was holding myself back, and it's like you gotta really go all in, throw everything out there. You know what I'm saying? And take everything that come with it. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, everything gotta be done with urgency. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? I can't just sit back and say, yeah, man, I'm gonna hold it like this, and I'm gonna hold, and it's like, nah, bro, that's not how things work out here. The game is rigged, bro. If it's a fixed game now, you're really playing jackpot every day. You wake up and there's no longer stashing. They took that away. They took that away. And the only people that gets to experience what I'm talking about, and what I'm saying to get where you need to be, right? Because every single one of us want the finer things. You know what I'm saying? You want it, I want it. We all want to be in a space where we're just happy, where we're in a space where we're just chilling and it's cool and it's, you know what I'm saying? And the sacrifices that brothers and sisters are willing to take, but we're taking it and we're doing it all wrong. I'm doing it wrong. It's like, nah, I gotta dive head deep. I gotta remember when I said this. I gotta do that. We really can't just sit back and just play the subtlety, bro. Oh, yo, so I'm just gonna hold this down. And yes, and yes, listen, you have to save your bread. I get that, but you the moving with the pace of the child is over for that, bro. And for the niggas that don't have children, take it from me. See how my brothers do it. You know what I'm saying? Is don't focus on that. You can't. You know, my brothers is on some. Listen, I ain't trying to have no children if I don't have it in the world. Like if I, you know what I'm saying? Like if I ain't in a position where they good. You know what I'm saying? That's my bros. You feel me? Me on the other hand, I'm family based. You know what I'm saying? Like me losing my pops was tragic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was tragic to me. So I felt like I had to have a family. You understand what I'm saying? But overall, nah. That's how the game was played, bro. You understand? And we was outside. I was outside at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? My pops died in 1993. I was outside in 96, 97, 98. I was outside every single day. Every single day. There was no taking the bus. We didn't know what that was. Taking the bus was for, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking for me. Taking the bus was for working class, you know, middle class people that was doctors, lawyers, teachers, you know, people that was bus drivers, people that had jobs. Like little niggas that was going to school and your school was down the block or it was 4 blocks, 5, 6, 7 blocks. You had to walk that shit. That's just that was just how it was growing up. You understand? And you had to walk that shit. I didn't know what the heck was. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what the heck was what you call that? I didn't know what the heck was damn what they call that. But when it comes to me, it comes to me. But in reality, bro, it's just time for us. It's time for me as I make that transition into another year. The goal is to change and be more, you know, be more hands-on, be more, you know, accurate and just dive straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Make it a priority or urgency. No longer a necessity. I can't move like that. I can't have the laid back. You know what I'm saying? I can't. That's just not winning enough. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, every single one of us wanna have a lavish life. Every single one of us wanna help the world. You can't help the world without no money. People is not conversating if there's no money. Money is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And we can't put ourselves in a space where we're talking like money isn't. Money is the prime capital conversation. Anybody will stop. I don't care where you at, who you are, or what you are. Anybody will stop for a bag of money. If I approach anybody right now and I say, yo, I got $10, I got $20, I got $100, I got 500, I got 400, 5,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 20,000. I got all that. Anybody hear that, they're going to stop. Money is what makes the world go round. And if you want to be, surrounded or held down, then you got to stay in the state of humble. In the state that we are in right now as America, how, you know what I'm saying? How the U.S. is right now, you have to get on your P's and Q's, bro. You have to. There's everything got to be done with urgency, son. Everything got to be done with urgency. With calculated urgency. Calculated. Don't let me not make it seem like, yo, just jump the gun. No, calculated. But understand that there's no space for holding it back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, let me give you me, right? So when the pandemic occurred, I was getting unemployment, right? And I remember when I was working for my other job, I was getting bread there too. But one year, I forgot to file. I forgot to file for a taxi. I don't even remember. I just forgot. You know what I'm saying? When you work in 2, 3 jobs, you understand, you forget. And you end up you end up getting caught up in something that you really don't you really didn't remember. Or for me, I know it's not that I didn't remember. It was like, yo, I'ma save this. I'ma save this for next year so I could double it up and get my bread back. Cause these niggas be trying to, you know what I'm saying? These H&R blocks and these bitch ass niggas be trying to take all your bread. Like, yo, my nigga, hold on. Where you think you going with that bread, John? You understand? What you mean I pay this, my nigga? Let me do this by myself. And when you do it by yourself, and you be breaking the calculations down, when you double, you like, damn, they gonna take mad bread, son. Yo, boom. You understand? Like he was like, yo, boom, all right, cool. I'ma hold on to this. Meanwhile, the state is watching anytime the state cut you a check, when that time come every year, you have to cash it in. It has to match their audit papers. Anything. And you're gonna be held responsible. So when I missed that year, they're waiting for that year. Like, yo, he's supposed to be bringing this back this year. Like, where's the money? Don't bring the money back because I kept the that one job tax year. I put it to the side. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna hold on to that. You know, my nigga, them niggas hit me with, I think it was like 4 bands, bro. Just hit me with that. Boom. Hit me with that. So now, so now, they hit me with 4 bands. So now they hit me with 4 bands. And every time I file for my income tax or file for anything or buy anything, they was taxing me. It's like, damn, bro, I really can't get no break. And the part of the reason why the situation like that occurred is because I was moving with no urgency, grinding 15, 20, 30, 40. And it's like, hold on. If we operate in a sense of laid back in a game that's just been sped up, the game is fast, bro. And as you get older, you gotta get up to speed. And if you don't get up to speed, that shit gonna blow you in the wind. And before you know it, you're gonna be one of those niggas, at the government office begging for a bedroom set. You feel me? And that's just not the MO to have. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching niggas in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I love my niggas, but I'm watching everybody just laid back. Everybody just laid back. Nobody grinding. And I'm like, I had that mentality in the year that's changing. It really got to be moved with urgency. You know what I'm saying? If I stood head on with this if I stood head on with these taxes and did my paperwork and did this, come on, you get what I'm saying? But you do that because it's just like, yo, son, if I do that, I'm gonna stack and get more bread. You know what I'm saying? Because you want more bread, and when you get the more bread, we don't we're so brainwashed to like, yo, I'm gonna save that, right? The real Mondem is gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna save that. But the real thing that to do in today's society is invest. It's to engage. It's to open this and be in frontier of your own job, of your own business, and operating in the ways that's gonna elevate people and yourself. And for me, knowing all of this and seeing this is like, yo, I'm grateful to have another year for my children to say, hey dad, I'm grateful to have another year and have my mom say, hey son, I'm grateful for that. You feel me? I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I understand as me as a man, I gotta move with urgency. Everything has gotta be calculated. You know what I'm saying? And I got a whiz that understands that, and the way that she operates and how she put things together, how she, you know, do what you call the the research and all that. She be on it. Like I'll be like, yo, and be determined. Like shit like that. Come on, my nigga. It's very hard to find somebody like that, bro. Very hard, bro. Very hard to find somebody like that. So when the ancestors give you that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we really gotta, word, word. So that's the mission for me moving forward for the new year. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like my new year is when my birthday arrives. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about all that bullshit these people be talking about. Like, oh, those years is pagan. Is like, nigga, this entire world is pagan. Everything has been compromised. None of us as melanated people know anything spiritual that's based solely on African. Everything comes from other people. Everything is an outside source. And we over here bickering and fighting and arguing and pointing fingers and saying, you don't have the, like, I'm over that. You feel me? Like, my main goal is to, like, listen, this is when the new year comes, bro. When my birthday comes, it's a new year for me. I don't operate in the space of society. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been like that. You know, that's the way man and humanity was. We wasn't supposed to be so invested into the propaganda. But everybody's on that. And for myself, I just can't move like that. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? So the goal, like I said, the goal is to, gain this knowledge, move forward, and be hands on. That's the moral. Like getting hands on. I gotta be better. We gotta be better. All of us. You know what I'm saying? All of us. And like I said, even at this new year, I'm grateful for everything. But even myself, I gotta start holding myself accountable. Even myself, I gotta start looking myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm wrong. I should have never did that. I should have never said that. You know what I'm saying? I should have never thought that. I shouldn't even be thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody I love, or that's my homie, and that's my homegirl, and you know what I'm saying? Like, everything gotta just be, you feel me? Everything gotta just be on that. It gotta be that. And I don't know. I want to just, holding myself accountable for all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I want to make change. I want to see change. I want to see change within myself. I don't even care if the other nigga don't see it, but the change within myself, walk around and be a light to somebody. Like I was looking in the mirror like, yo, I'm really getting older, son. Like, yo, ain't that some shit? You know what I'm saying? Pretty boy Jones is really out here rising up like a man, bro. Like and it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I'm really getting old, but at the same time, it's like, yo, it's really an honor. I'm honored. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Lil J. You know what I'm saying? I wish he was here. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing you've been here and you lost people at a young age, that they've been under the ground 15 years, 16 years. Shit real. And that's another reason why, you know, myself always moving at a steady pace is not trying, like I said, never trying to engage in the game. Cause the game is wicked. The game is fast. The game has no shallows. Like everything is dark. There's no I don't care what it is. There's no happy place. There's none. Everybody find a happy place when they leave and go back to Mother Nature. That's their happy place. We, on the other hand, I don't be wanting to be getting engaged. You get what I'm saying? But you come to the realization like, yo, you really gotta do it like that. You really gotta be out there. You really gotta talk. You really gotta expose yourself. You really gotta, you know what I'm saying? You really gotta be precise. You really gotta be on yours. You really gotta be on on your job. Like if you wanna you as a human being, us as human beings, should have like 15 jobs. And I'm not saying jobs like working. I'm talking about like jobs that owning businesses. 15 of those joints. Because you gotta take it, you gotta see it the same way you see it when you gotta take a job. Right? Some of us need 3 jobs to survive. You should be having 7 businesses to match that. Because you know they said the black man always gotta work harder. You just gotta do it. Why? Because this is the game that it is. Big facts. And you start networking, but you're not going to network if you're not playing this game. And for myself, I don't want to be getting engaged because these niggas and everything be weird. It be confusing. It be retarded. Like, part of my language, but it's like, yo, what is that, bro? What is the sense of what is the sense? You know what I'm saying? But if you want to live that good life, if you want to be somebody that's taking care of their family, yeah, you might have to end up taking that fast lane, bro. You gotta move with precision. Everything gotta be done. No more laid back. You can't. If you wanna be in a state where you can have your family in a state of being good and living good and not having to worry about things, you're going to have to you're going to have to sacrifice and grind extra hard, bro. You're gonna have to be having nothing but precision, precision in the life that you're living. And for me, as another year, I see that and I have to do that. And I'm telling you guys, we gotta do that. We gotta be in that space where we doing this shit together, bro. I need to be a better nigga. I need to be a better father. I need to be a better brother. I need to be a better husband. I need to be a better all that. Better homie, best friend. You know what I'm saying? Better mentor, better life coach. I gotta be better for all that. It's necessary. Cause shit is real. I really have to be that guy that, you understand, that goes all out for the greater good of the fam, bro. Everything got to be done with precision. And when I say going all out, I'm not talking about like joining the frat clubs and all that. I'm talking about just as a state of being comfortable to see your children carry that baton and enhance your hard work, right? Like that has to be established, and we're not doing that. You understand? And for myself, I have to do that. Have to be more hands-on with this with everything that's me. Because the time is now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the time is really like right now. Like, damn, son, nigga really gotta do this. Like, yeah, we really gotta do this. Word. We really gotta do this. I gotta do this. We all gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't, as much knowledge and wisdom that we have individually, there's no reason for us not to be in a state of my mind and who I am personally, physically, spiritually, if you want to use those terms, should allow me to having this X, Y, and Z. No more there's, yeah, son, you know what I'm saying? No more of the people that got all this wisdom and then they sit back and wait. Like nah, we gotta that brain of ours, you know what I'm saying, that knowledge and the understanding and being able to see, you have to do more than just sit back and relax. You feel me? Like I'm not sitting back and relaxing. Like that's it. Like, all right, we gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do more podcasts. I gotta come out and start talking to you guys more. I gotta come out and start showing more love. I gotta come out and start answering more questions. I gotta come out. Everything gotta be done different. Another year and being able to see that, that's which is an honor, bro. You know what I'm saying? You take from 98 to 2000, 2098 to 2026. You do the math, man. And we was young youth then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that phase, you know what I'm saying? That mentality of that growing up, surviving like that is different now. You know what I'm saying? When we was younger, when we was younger, a pair of sneakers wasn't 250. When we was younger, you know what I'm saying, you could stack up and put something aside. And you know what I'm saying, when you had a little bit of drug money, a little bit of, you know, left behind from the delivery, working at the supermarket, the pharmacy, you know what I'm saying, working at McDonald's, Burger King, you working somewhere where you was able to make some quick money. You was able to put money aside. You know what I'm saying? And knew when you got paid and you paid off your phone bill, etc. You had enough money to buy you some clothes and buy you some sneakers, and still have money to save. Like, yo, I'm gonna save this $100. That's how our upbringing was. You know what I'm saying? That's how we knew how to advance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that bought these homes and shit like that, of, oh, this is all saved up money. You know what I'm saying? From the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Nigga, this is all saver money. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer that. Everything now is, you can't even afford to save, because these niggas is putting shit in place where they're going to make you grab out the safe. It's like literally they're gonna make you grab. And we as individuals can't move like that. We really gotta be on some, now. We gotta get it like this. We gotta get it like that. We gotta start gaining back some control. And you can't gain control in a game that's rigged. That's what I mean by it being rigged, and it's moving at a pace intentionally that if you don't grab on, you really gonna be dismantled, bro. This is facts. This is not the same. This is not the same New York. This is not the same California. This is not the same Chicago, Detroit. These are not the same places no more. These places now are, you know what I'm saying? These things is, it's over for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They broke everything. They took everything from us, bro. They took everything from me. And as me as an individual, I really got to be in a space where it's like, nah, you really got to be ahead and be more hands on, because they took all of that shit, saving up, putting shit aside, how we used to do. You can't do that no more. Everything now is you really gotta have. It's getting nighttime. About to go inside. You really gotta have you really gotta have a second gig just to survive the pace that this shit is. You can't do that no more. You can no longer, yeah, I'm gonna take this bread from this paycheck and do this, I'm gonna save that. You really can't do that. The money is literally, it's like, yo, I got this bread, yo, I'm about to invest into this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say, yo, that is all rich people are in debt. I was like, word? Like, yeah. How you think you gotta stay rich? That means you really gotta to buy shit, you own shit, invest into shit. No longer should it be I'm gonna save this, and but you know when it's time to get fly, you know your money's going there. When it's time to go get something to eat, your money's going there. Shit that really is only for the moment and it has no longevity. And for us as people with all this wisdom and knowledge, we have to start. You understand? We really have to start being on that space because it's like I want to own something. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I own two buildings? Why can't you own two buildings? Why can't we have our own establishment? Why can't we have our own police force? Why can't we have our own people patrolling the streets? Why can't we just be the ones? You understand what I'm saying? Why can't we just be the ones that's taking care of each other? We have the power to. And that's what I'm on. It's like, yo, everything gotta be done. You know what I'm saying? Everything gotta be done. So that's my new. That's the goal for this year. This year around this beautiful sun, it is really having given me understanding that I gotta do better for myself. Everything gotta be done with precision. Everything gotta be done with urgency. I have to be that for myself, for you guys, for my family. I really, this is me really, this is me venting to y'all, telling y'all this is what I had to do. I really gotta be on a better state. If there's not a better me, then what am I doing? If I'm not gaining knowledge to help myself, and if it's better for me, it could be better for y'all. What am I doing? This ain't something that somebody like myself want to do, but you gotta do it. Word, but you gotta do it. Somebody gotta put themselves in a position where we're leaving something back for these babies. And we can't do it the way that we used to do it in the 90s and the early 2000s. This game is rigged. You gotta be precise. You gotta phew in here, throw it in there, pause. You understand? And you gotta grab what comes out of it. And you gotta continue doing it and doing it and doing it wow. And from there, you know what I'm saying? Something's gonna open up because in this society, in this rigged system, if you play it in a ordinary space, you know what I'm saying, your joint going something's gonna hit. But if you're spending it on foolishness and you're not doing things accordingly and you're not moving on some you're not moving with precision. You know what I'm saying? You're just not head on with the situation. There's no precision in your game. You're just sitting back, just laid back with it, like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Then you know what I'm saying, leads to another shit and then another shit. And if you ain't on top of that, bro, my nigga, we ain't gonna live no life. Niggas gonna get old, niggas gonna suffer, niggas gonna get angry, niggas gonna be very emotional. And for us, we can't be in that state anymore. I refuse to just continue seeing us just having all this knowledge, having all this wisdom. Yeah, we have all our spirituality, but it's more than just practicing it. You really gotta do it. You really gotta move like it. If you saying that you a God and you a king, you gotta be that. You gotta stand on that. You know what I'm saying? You can't switch sides. You can't turn on, turn off. You really gotta operate in that space. You really gotta operate in that motion. Because at the end of the day, if you're not in that space, bro, you lost. Pause. And I ain't trying to lose. And I don't want y'all to lose. I want us to win this game. I want us to be on top of this game. I don't want us to ever be, you know, I don't want us to ever be in a state where we fall in the wayside and having to depend on these people for anything, whether it's medical, financial, whatever. I feel like us as people got to get out of that. I really want us to get out of that bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do better for ourselves, and I want better for my children. I want better for my people. I want better for myself. But if I'm not moving and if I'm not keeping up with those Joneses, you're gonna fall on the wayside. And I'm saying this to anybody, everybody that's in that state of mind. Like, yeah, you making some money out, but when you get that money, you're not doing nothing wise with it. You know what I'm saying? When we let's just say we save up to $20,000, $30,000, right? Somebody saved up for that. They'll take that money and they'll probably invest it on a car, or they'll try to buy a home, right? And through all of that, nobody decided to say, you know what, I don't want to buy a home, I want to buy property. So if I buy property, whatever these niggas is putting, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even just that. The buying the property is you're buying land and space for shit that we can build. Shit that we can build. I'm buying this property right here. I got a bunch of my niggas. I got one nigga that's able to do that. We gotta put the bullshit aside. Oh, he's not gonna be paying me my bread. You know, you can't trust these niggas. We gotta get over that. We gotta get over that. You know what I'm saying? Shit's gonna happen. It happens. You know what I'm saying? That's how life works. You feel me? That's how life works. But at the end of the day, but that's how life works. But at the end of the day, you feel me? Oh, that's how life works. But at the end of the day, bro, we as individuals, myself included, we gotta get to that money, bro. We gotta get, and when I mean money, I'm talking about like financial power and control. We gotta get to that, bro. Like no more bickering, bitchering. Like I'm just watching everybody just come in here, just taking advantage, and it's like they have the right to take advantage because we threw away respect and morals and principles and took on the ideology of being savages. So now that since we are in the state of being a savage, people don't respect savage animals. They may fear you, but they don't respect you. So it's a big difference. See, when I fear you, when I'm around you, I'm gonna do things different. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna act cordial. But when I don't respect you, anytime I'm not around you, I'm gonna do everything to violate you. You see it's a big difference. Somebody that don't respect you can do harm to you from a distance. But when somebody don't fear you, it's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't fear you, I mean, if they fear you, is when they next to you, they know what you're capable of. Somebody that fear you is gonna be on alert if you're in their space. If you're in their perimeter, they're going to be afraid. They're going to, oh, let me be on my best behavior. But when I don't respect you, I don't need to be next to you and still violate you, and that's what they are doing. And not only are they doing that, but we just taking it on. Oh, okay. And we taking on this persona. We saying, you know what, yeah, since they fear us, we might as well just cause havoc. We cause havoc. See, when I don't respect you from afar, I can destroy you. You don't even know you being destroyed. I can do that from afar. When I fear you, when you next to me, I'ma smile in your face. I'ma hold your hand. I'ma say kumbaya. I'ma do etc. And there's some that has absolutely no fear. Okay, these niggas, there's a lot of them that has no fear. You understand? There's a lot of them that have no fear. But they turned you into a savage, and you turned into a savage, and when you did that, you lost all respect for yourself. The entire world does not respect you. You guys see the shit on you guys see the African show where it's not an African show, it's like an African TikTok channel, and these dudes is dressed in big baggy jerseys from America, baggy jeans, beat up Timbs. They looking like an old fashioned 50 Cent. Yeah, you guys will see that video and say, you laughing at them like, oh, they don't have no clothes. That's why they wearing that. That's why they putting that on. Little do you know, the reason why they're dressing like that is they're mocking you, Americans, for the shit that we're doing. That's how they see us. Like, look at these niggas. It's comedy because we are out here looking super stupid. It's not them not having no clothes. Don't let that stuff fool you, bro. Shout out to this Ice Speed dude. Africa is a whole different continent, bro. Are you going to have your poor people in the slums? Absolutely. We have that in America. We have that in America. Are we gonna are we gonna act like there's no drug addicts that you're not gonna find that in America? Are we gonna act like there's no homeless people? When you go into any world, I could show you places in France that look like a shithole. So yes, you're gonna find certain places in Africa where there's people that does not have nothing. But when you see them, they don't have nothing because remember, they're not into the American lifestyle. This, I gotta be like everybody else. No, they do that because it's mockery, bro. They're mocking you. You're being mocked because they're looking at us like they showing you that we can not only can we do what you do, but I'm gonna show you how you look. You can't say, oh, these niggas looking weird because you was dressed like that. Like literally, you was dressed like that. So you can't say that these niggas is weird when they're showing you this is what they think of you. Nobody is taking us serious because of the shit that we do. That wasn't them, you laughing at them. Come on. You ever seen the video now that they'll flash their hands and all these little niggas is wearing suits looking like boss men? Come on, son. It's like we gotta kill this fugaz. You're going to find homeless people in any place around the world, bro. Some of these homeless people, they're homeless because that's the life that they chose. Some people choose to be homeless. They don't want to own homes. Somebody that's homeless is someone that does not own a home. People that rent a house, you're homeless. You're paying rent for an establishment. You still homeless. You don't own a home. You're homeless. You don't have a home. You're paying rent. You're doing etc. That's not your home. You're paying a mortgage. That's not your home. That's not what it was in the 60s. It's not what it was in the 50s in the South. That house was your house. That little beat up house on the Perry, the wood cracking off from the top, that was your house. Paid for, your land, etc. You don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying? That's your home. We don't have that no more. So if you don't have nothing, if you don't own a home, you're homeless. All of us is homeless. You're paying something else for your existence. So at the end of the day, you're gonna find that it doesn't define an entire continent. That doesn't define America. Because the same way I can show you homeless people, I can show you successful people. Is That's just the game. That's just what life is. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't battle time. You can't battle faith. You can't battle. And I spray went into the wrong pipe hole. You can't honor those things. You really gotta be on that job. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the job is to do what you're supposed to do. You feel me? Start investing into in the things that we gotta invest into. Like no more investing in like buying shit that has no tangibles. There's nothing that is not gonna navigate me, us, is not. And for myself, for you and I, and whoever's listening, we're not. We're just not engaging to that no more. You know what I'm saying? Just not engaging to that. I want to see my people start owning things again. We're not owning nothing. But a few dresses, a few jeans, jackets, jewelry, cars. That's not that's really nothing. And coming from where we came from, like yo, my niggas, we came out of slavery, bro. We came out of slavery, my niggas. You think what these people endured, we could even handle that right now? Absolutely not. And they made it through all that, navigated from generation to generation to generation to generation to now here we are. And now we want to just lay back and sit around, act like everything is kumbaya. Like we really been engaging into all this foolish ideologies that's stopping everybody from really seeing from what's going on for what it is. But now we're waiting. We're literally putting in our minds that we're gonna let the world get so bad that it's really not gonna be able to ever get right. We just gonna let it happen because there's a particular created creature that's gonna come from the sky and give us happiness and restore order and bring love on peace on this earth, and there'll be no more wars. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where you get this story from, brethren? Are you kidding me? That is not how things is going to. That is not how things is going to be. Are you kidding me? That is not how things is going to be. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is not how things is going to be. No, no. I'm seeing this. I'm saying this. I see it within myself. And I'm saying all of this because all of this is owing to you, to me, to us, to everyone. Word. That joint is owing to everyone. And we need to get back and continue what our ancestors did. When our ancestors gained their freedom, they adapted to the times. They adapted to the times. They created their own way. They adapted. They adjust. They did whatever. You know what I'm saying? Our job was to be low key, under the radar, out of sight, out of mind. We really wasn't in the stuff that we into now. Like we really wasn't into that. Like in reality, we really wasn't into that, bro. And now it's like here we are not, you know what I'm saying? In a space where it's like all of this is taken away. Like all of this is no longer ours. These people laughing at us from a distance, ha ha ha. And I see it and it's like, yo, we gotta put ourselves in a space where we get into the bag. Like, yo, we gotta put ourselves in a space where there's no complaints. Because if we can buy sneakers, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's not in a space, look, listen, of course we want our freedom. That's number one. But you can't, everything is money. You're not gonna be able to buy freedom if your money's not being spread and used wisely. If your money's not making it to the military compounds and it's investing in stuff that's gonna, preserve the community, preserve the people, put the proper people in the right man. Your money could take all of these public officials out of office. Your money. Yo, I don't like this nigga. We got 10 million cash right now. Remove him. Got 100 million right now. We remove him because dollars is capital. But we're not. We're so in the phase of throwing money into shit that don't matter. When things like this occur, we sit around and we wait. Like these niggas really got us in that space. They really got us in the space where we sit down and we wait. Nah, it's over for that. It's over for that. It's over for that. We gotta go out and get to the moolah. And not the money to live the flamboyant lifestyle and be on TV and brag about the cars and that's the state of mind that they're programming you to live. No, your money needs to be, yo, I bought this property, I bought that land, I bought this pharmacy, I'm investing in this hospital. Like, yo, bro, where's our money going? $2.7 trillion, and we can't even own a school. We can't create a building. We can't. You know what I'm saying? How we don't have a lease a hospital, all black hospital. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm trying to process this. Like, yo, what are we doing? This is what I mean. Like, yo, you having to play the game where you can't lay back no more. You can't just sit back and be, yeah, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna take this money right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grind it right there. I'm gonna I'm gonna put this bread over here. I'm gonna sit back on this right here. This is emergency, and I'm not saying to have it, but that can't be the only go-to. Every rich person that I've spoken to, I say, yo, my man, let me ask you a question. Yo, how I live in this big ass crib you in? This is when I was doing the Uber deliveries. I'm going in the mansions. I'm looking, I'm like, yo, this is y'all niggas crib? Like, yeah, man. It's like, yo, how many bedrooms? 25. It's like 25. It's like, yeah. I was like, yo, listen, I don't even want to be in your space, right? I was like, but what would I have to do to live or even get close to something like this? That nigga said, you gotta have 7 to 8 streams of income. He said, it doesn't matter what it is, even if it starts small and you're making $5 a month, $10 a month, being consistent with it, that shit gonna pick up. That 10 gonna turn to 20. And if all your jobs is making $10 a month, all your businesses, all everything that you created, everything that exceeds that and make that amount, you take that and you do what with it? It's only going to grow. A dead business is a business that died when the owner died and he gave up. A business will always strive. A business will always stand out. One job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs, 7 jobs, 8 jobs, 9 jobs. Business will always stick out. He said you gotta just stay consistent, bro. They stay consistent. Just say he was like, you just stay consistent, bro. And you think I'm not gonna take his word for it? The problem is, like, yo, we wanna save, and shit occurs. Like, if you really take the time out and check our expense, we bought shit that we could care less for. Like, it really wasn't life and death. Like, if you're still, you know, and this is my problem, even for me. I still like dressing fly. But if you still in that state of mind and you're not taking that money that you bought these outfits on. You could have took that money and invested into stock. You would have could invested into crypto, or invested into some susu or wherever. You would have just invested and you would have made something back compared to buying something, putting it on. Once you take it off the rack, you put it on, you drive it off the lot, whatever, the value drops. So now you already at a loss. You at a loss in 24 hours. You at a loss. People on Facebook Marketplace selling their cars 2017, 18, 20 for like 5 bands. Already at a loss. While we don't have our own, while we don't have our own, um what you call that? Why we don't have our own car loan shop where we call our people like, yo, so I need to borrow this. Why we don't have that? I remember what happened to Coming to America where Eddie Murphy was working at McDowell's. It's not McDonald's, it's McWow, whatever. Oh, these niggas is doing that. Yeah, we're gonna do this. And we as people already know, like, yo, I'm going to I'm going to I'm going to McDaddy's instead of Amazon. We go to Amara. and Barra. You know what I'm saying? Like we going somewhere that's melanated, son. You understand? Like I want it to be a ghetto name. Like I want it to be something like that. Like this is our version. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna support it. We're gonna let it grow. We're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like why? Why are we not having that? How can we be living in? How can we see society in the condition, in the speed that it's in, and we sitting back just trying to live life like it was the '90s? We're moving like it's the '90s, 2000s, the '80s. It's over for that. Niggas really gotta take their bread and play the market. You gotta play the game. And then when I mean play the game, it's like, yo, you gotta dive in. You gotta get your knees in. Not saying selling out, doing foolish dumb shit, but investing, you know, putting your hands in, like our mindset is ownership. Like, yo, I wanna own that. Yo, how much? Calling the bank. Even though you got $10 in your pocket, $100 in your pocket, you still calling these niggas like, yo, how much this joint? Oh, it's gonna roughly $10 million. Oh, all right. Um, what company you say you work for? Do your investigation. See what bank funded that. You feel me? Get one of these niggas that got good credit. We talking top of the line. My nigga, you got great, phenomenal credit. We get 10 niggas with phenomenal credit. Forget where they from. They're melanated and they want freedom. 10 melanated niggas and like, yo, we're going to buy this big ass building. This building is built. Now, there's niggas with children. Partnership with these city jobs. Even if you gotta take it, this is what I mean. Even if you gotta take it on the chin, you take that. Now you in business with these niggas. You build loyalty, you build a trust. Then your trust gonna lead to trusting your decision. Like, yo, maybe you're right. Maybe we should do this. And you do that. Don't sit back and wait and play out. Always be firm. Always be aggressive. This is what I mean. Precision. Consistently. This is what I mean. Like now you really on that type of time. Now you really on your P's and Q's. Now you understand what I'm saying? We gotta get back to that. Niggas is really out here just nilly willy. Like literally just nilly willy. We out here just chilling. And everything is in a fast pace. And me's being another year. And I've been seeing this for a minute. It's like, hold on. Yeah, I gotta be more hands-on. I wanna move to Africa. Africa is not gonna come. Africa is not gonna be given to you by the government. Africa is not gonna be given to you working at Trader Joe's. It's not gonna be given to you working at any of these jobs, working for any corporation that's not yours. Because your time is valuable. What you do with your time determines where you live, where you go to school, etc. I'm not. We shouldn't be giving our time to know. We shouldn't be giving our time to know. We shouldn't be giving our time to no mother effing no job that's not yours. Your time will never be given back. Some of these jobs, corporations, them niggas won't even show up to your funeral, bro. But you know who's gonna show up to your funeral? The niggas you hired, the niggas you employed, the niggas you brought joy to, the niggas you brought service to, the niggas that you brought where any that's gonna put a smile and remembrance of you will be there. And guess what? That's your shit. And we should be there. We should be owning things. There's no reason why we all in Mercedes, BMWs, Cadillac. We have all these expensive cars. It's like, come on, nigga, we don't own nothing. Fuck the cars. Where's the home? Where's the land? Where's the turf?
Where's the community? Where's the military? Where's the people that's protecting the people, the women, the children? Where's the conversation with the police? Where's the OG sitting down with the drug dealers and telling the drug dealers like, yo, enough is enough. My niggas like, yo, we gotta take back. We gotta be solvent. We gotta clean our communities, bro. We gotta clean this shit. There's no reason why we're dependent on these people, bro. There's no reason why the survivors of slavery, the ancestors and the bloodlines and the generation after generation of slave survivors, we should have it in our DNA to survive. Work it. Like I said, the goal was to have the bread, bro, and own this, own that, establish our community, have control. Yeah, and no longer blaming these others. Yeah, they bought the drugs. Yeah, they bought that. Yeah, they did that. But now that we see that, let's clean this shit up. Let's clean it up. Yo, nah, bro, we're not doing that. 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 Nah, bro, we not doing that. Nah, bro, we not doing that. Our time is literally invested. Our time is literally invested in shit that matters. Ownership, opportunities for everyone. Like niggas is not having no opportunity because we're over here wasting time, wasting money on shit that don't matter. Giving our time to things that does not matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care what niggas say, that shit does not matter. It's useless. Because it doesn't have long-term value. The shit that we need long-term has been transitioned to short-term fun. Like niggas just want to live for the fun, for the moment. I'm gonna buy this because I'm gonna look fly and look cool for the moment. You spend $100,000 on a car that you're gonna be seen for the moment, when you could have took that $100,000 and invested into something that's going to be beneficial for the community, that's going to stand forever. There's no job of ours in the community right now in real time that should be shutting down. There's no store. There's no store. There's no reason why our stores are shutting down, but the Chinese store remain open, and we know what the Chinese food is selling. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. How is everything that we're creating out of business, out of business, out of business? But the nail salon's still here. The Chinese store's still here. The corner store's still here. I got my nigga Mo that been at the corner store for damn near 50 years. Nigga, his son is running the show right now. But the shops that the stores that meant something. If you can go to Uber Eats and think about that, if you hungry, right? It's not about the choices because that's what they gave you. This is why we're sick and we dying because we just choicing it up. 1 minute we want this. My nigga, we gotta stay consistent in eating our type of food, bro. And nobody's gonna know our belly better than the mom and dad shops. These franchises don't know how to fulfill this. They program your mind to want that type of fulfillment. That's not nutrients for us. We knew the mom and dad shops had the food, the proper seasoning to make sure that niggas is healthy, make sure niggas is good, make sure niggas is living life. These franchises is giving you extra cheese, extra salt, extra pepper, to extra tomatoes, no lettuce. That's all they got to offer. And we eating that. And these stores remain open hundreds, I was about to say centuries, decades. These stores remain open for decades longer, sitting there. Hey, come inside. And we go in there and we support it. But the mom and dad shops over here struggling because we don't want to, I'm good. Like, no, my nigga, that's your food. You're supposed to eat that every day. Just like mommy. Mom's cooking. My mom's cooked every day. Yeah. Mommy start cooking every day. Then you go to the store, the shop, the mom and dad shops that's cooking every day. That's where you eat. That's where you lay. Stay with your kind. Stay with your type. Stay with your seasoning. Stop trying to open your horizons. Sit down and relax. These mom and dad shops should not be shutting down. We got all the money. We got all the money. We claim we got all the straps. We got all that. But it's like, all right, cool. So we got all that. Now what? So we got nothing but time and violence on our hands. So now, like, yo, my nigga, we got to get over that. I'm over that. The goal is to show individuals a beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Showing the beauty of life, showing the beauty of us building shit, owning shit, buying shit. Yo, I need that. I'm gonna buy this. How much is that? All right, you need how many credit score to even be qualified? Well, there's 10 of us that's doing the qualification. What's up? We gotta be in that state. We over here chasing shit that don't mean nothing to us. You chasing shit that don't have no value for us. Like literally, that's what we do. We chasing shit that has no relevancy, bro. Because at the end of the day, this is them buying these buildings and building them up and establishing right in your community. That's supposed to be us. Oh, word! This is the new, this is the new United States, New York City diaphragm. This is how they want the buildings to look. All right, cool, no doubt. This is what y'all want. All right, yeah. Let's get 10 of that. Let's get 10 of that. This lady got her house for sale. Whatever these niggas is doing, we doing it too. Whatever these niggas is doing, we doing it too. You know this house for foreclosure, yo, we'll buy it. You got the money to do it. All this drug money, all this money that we stashed up over the years, like, yo, my nigga, you understand? Like, yo, my nigga, why we not, why we not toasting money and invest into shit that matters? That's all I'm saying. We're not toasting our brand into nothing that matters, bro. But we got the Jordans, we got the Gucci, the Louis, the Pradas, the nice car, the nice homes. And it's like everybody's doing business to preserve self. It's like, my nigga, it's bigger than self, bro. We didn't come here separately, bro. We didn't come here with our own decision making, with our own discretion, where our own discretion may be advised. We didn't none of that, my nigga. We came here like hurdle, my nigga. Came here like ships on the sea, bro. So when we opening up these businesses and doing these shits, that's just not supposed to. Yeah, so I'm doing the businesses and getting a job where it's gonna be good for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure that my family's straight. No, my niggas, we gotta make sure every one of us is straight, and we have the authority and the power to remove individuals, stop people. You know what I'm saying? Throw niggas in jail. All of that. We have the power. We have the money to do so. And we also got the will to do so. And if we don't see that, my nigga, come on, bro. All that shit don't matter. It doesn't matter. And like I said, we invest in our stuff into shit that really, really, really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We need property. We need schools. We need hospitals. We need doctors. We need those that's gonna invest and pay for these children's tuitions, pay for it cash, pay for their scholarship, pay for the stuff that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like we should be the ones doing that. Like we should have our community. All right, look, you rich mother effers, you niggas, your money is going to be paying for these children to go to college, etc., etc. If the children fuck up, we be whooping their ass. You understand? That right there is what, $1 billion. We got 7.2 trillion of spending power. That's just 1 billion, 1 billion being wasted on that. That means we got enough other billions to play around with until we put shit in the proper order where we are in control. We're losing control. And it has plenty reasons and plenty people to blame, but at the end we're losing control. The hood is no longer ours. Your culture, which you grew up on. Bed-Stuy is not Bed-Stuy no more. Flatbush isn't Flatbush no more, bro. Crown Heights isn't Crown Heights no more. These areas is no longer the hood. These places has become completely diversified. Restaurants, European restaurants on your corner. And this is no disrespect to Europeans. But show me one black store, one black restaurant that's literally in the center of India, in the center of Chinatown, in the center of, no, you'll never find that. You would never find that. Join this, yo. Like I sit back and like I tell you guys, brand new year, it really got to be on a whole different type of time. And it's not me telling what you guys what to do. This is for me. Like, yo, I gotta be more, not all of that, more precision, no more laid back, no more. Everything got to be done with urgency. Everything. This is chess that these people are playing. We're not playing checkers and waiting for them to make a bad move and then we jump. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we really gotta watch these niggas every step that they make, every movement that they take. We gotta jump on that. Like, hold on, wait a minute. All right, cool. You feel me? All that gotta be the things that we have to be doing for real. There's no reason why we're not in control. We're making excuses. We're chasing the wrong thing. We're spending money unwisely, foolishly. That's including me. That's including me. You're a drug dealer. You save up all your drug money. You save up this amount of money, and instead of doing something Instead of doing something productive and rebuilding, reestablishing, gaining power and control of the community, you take some money and go throw it on strippers. These strippers don't care about life, they care about making some bread. So if you are able to allow them to bring home $5,000, that's a lot to them. These are strippers. But when you are somebody that established yourself as this big pioneer, the money's supposed to go back into the community to establish something that's going to be beneficial to the community. If you're selling drugs to the community, and you knowing that you gotta make, that's a chess move. You gotta sacrifice this. You gotta sacrifice that. You know, when you bring back some bread, the next phase is, yo, we're gonna open up clinics and put everybody in there to get rehab. You understand? You always gotta be able to cause the problem and fix the problem. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Niggas, these niggas, these niggas got the opportunity to change the world. We have the opportunity to change the world, change the demographics of our living conditions, gain more control gain more control of political say, having our children be setting up to go there, having our daughters to have the mindset to be a secretary, a secretary of defense. Everybody's training for these things. Everybody's, making a decision. Yo, I'm gonna have a daughter. I'm gonna train her to be this. Yo, I have a son. I'm gonna train him to be that. Yo, I have et cetera, et cetera, and I'm gonna train him. And we keep that focus over there while everybody else focus on other things. But the goal is to have the same amount of leverage like everybody else. Where they got 10 doctors and lawyers, we got 20. You understand? Their mothers is they got they got 15 judges, we got 30. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're striving to be great, you know what I'm saying, at everything, but everything is supposed to be the thing that's gonna have sentimental value, gonna have long term, eternal value. You know what I'm saying? And then continuously stay consistent. We should have our own hospitals. We should have our own police. We should have, you know what I'm saying? We should have enough to govern our own. We should. We talking trillions. We're not talking millions. We're not even talking billions. We're talking trillions. So of course, you can be the one to go home, and you understand. Of course, you could be the one to go home and take everything and gain everything, and then you could be the nigga that just don't want to get nothing done. And these niggas is playing chess. That's all I want to say. These niggas is playing chess. We can't play checkers. We have to go. We have to dive head first, and we gotta put our money where our mouth is. We got all the money and the power in the world. There's no reason for us not to be able to run anything, to own anything. There should not be a single melanated person on the welfare line. Welfare should only be for the migrants, for the immigrants, for the people that just came off the boat. That was what welfare is for. Us that have been established, born, had all the opportunities. We should be taking full advantage of those opportunities. There should be no melanated person at the um, EBT, the unemployment, whatever lines should not be there other than the melanated that just came into the country. You know what I'm saying? They got to get their feet wet. They got to get the support, and then they got to earn our trust. You know what I'm saying? Who this nigga right here? Oh, okay. What his background about? You know what I'm saying? And they gotta be, and then they gotta be casual. You feel me? Like that's the shit that we gotta do. All that extra shit. Come on, man. Niggas is not gonna get nothing done. And that's what, and this is what I be saying. And yo, we gotta be on etc. And she gotta be on etc. Oh man. For my 40, so for me getting this old, it's an honor, and I just gotta start doing things different. And I'm saying this so we can also start doing things different. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones that need to take back control of this fort, man. We have to. All those trips to Puerto Rico, all that spending unnecessary money, you gotta get rid of that, bro. Like for real, we gotta get rid of that. We gotta get rid of that mindset. We gotta get back to, I, yo, bro. We need to establish our community. We need to, we need to keep these mom and dad shops open, so we don't have to go into these niggas hospitals and become somebody's lab test because we want to eat their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And we allowing these mom and dad shops to shut down, and then these people come around and they rebuild it, make it, you know, they got the money to keep sure that it's open for 10, 15 years, and before you know it, that becomes part of that neighborhood's culture. And now the none of us is going to even remember that house that was there before it. You feel me? So you got to know that if we are seeing these things, nah, we got work to do, bro. These mom and dad shops are important to us. You know what I'm saying? Not only for health reasons, you know what I'm saying? Eating our culture, staying preserved, minding our business. Not only that, but you still keep the culture. It's still something that's yours. It's still something that melanated people is gonna be able to relate to. And even if you're in the community and you go support the new thing, it's still gonna be a different feel because you're gonna always remember what was there. You know what I'm saying? And then, but the new people, you're gonna be the one that be like, man, before it was this, it was called that. You're gonna have to be the one to do that. Nah, they should already know that this is mom and dad's shop. This thing is like 900 years old. This is prestige. This is vintage. This is this is black wealth. You can't just come over here and touch that. This is monumental. You feel me? And niggas just be on some, oh yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get back. We gotta get to that space. We really do. We really gotta get back to that space. We really do, bro. Because it's literally crazy out here. It's literally crazy out here. And again, this is what I mean of, getting to the bag, getting all in. No more sitting back and thinking that you're gonna save. Saving is gonna put you in the grave. You're enslaving yourself. Save and slave is the same thing, whether you see it religiously or working hard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to enslave yourself to have some level of savings. That's just what comes along with that. So you can't do something that's gonna enslave you. Because one thing that you're never gonna get back is your time. So you can't just get some money and then you get some money, you're saving up some money, but then you got some money that you're gonna get some Jordans on.
If we don't get out of that space of, I don't need another pair of Jordans, I have 15 of them, I have 20 of them. Yes, we all want to get fly. I like to get fly. I like to look good. I like to feel good. I like to spend money. But we spend money on shit that don't mean nothing. We waste money on shit that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Our house don't mean nothing. Our car don't mean nothing. Having property, doing business. Yo, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, you doing business, you buy property, one of these niggas wanna buy this land from, buy that property for you, or they wanna put a building, wanna establish a building. They pay their taxes, they pay their PC. That's a consistent type of money, especially if they put in a building that adds houses and people is living there. That's a continuous bag for forever. Take that money and then you go do other things. You take that money, you go do other things. You go create other opportunities. And then you're not just creating other opportunities, you putting niggas on. You showing niggas the game. The same niggas you taught the crack game, the coke game. You supposed to teach them that game. It's no longer, you shouldn't worry about if that nigga gets more than you, if he gets ahead. Some niggas, sometimes you gotta see it as, yo, man, my job was to give the alley-oop and for him to take what he take and elevate. But the nigga that's able to elevate, your job is not to, hold on. Your job is not to then, excuse me, your job is not to then take it and then show off. Your job is to continue the mission, continue, all right, yeah, so I'm able to make 200,000, 300,000. I'm taking 100,000, 200,000, and I'm throwing it in this. I'm not buying a car. I'm not buying jewelry. And then, yo, bro, all right, let me continue. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying that. I'm buying something that I can bargain with. Some of these niggas gonna come like, hey, we love. Like, nah, I'm not, the land, not the property is not for sale, but we can have a contract where you could put a building. You could put a building on my property, pay a small fee every month, pay roughly this every year. We take annual payments. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one. And then you have another one. And that annual payment that you're receiving, you're taking that shit to do something productive with it. Nobody, not a single one of us should have a car until everybody has the opportunity to have a car. That's just how we have to. That's just literally what we have to do. You're celebrating when you don't even have a win. That's not a win. You just, when you play, when you play Sega and you used to play Sonic the Hedgehog, and then you beat the first board, and then you went to the second board, and then you went to the third board, and then you went to the fourth board, and then you probably at the board number 9 when you gotta fight the Super Master. That's just what it is with us. You ain't do nothing to celebrate. You ain't achieved nothing. You didn't win nothing. You were just able to jump up another bracket. That's fine. That's cool. That's respectable. But there's nothing to brag about. Because your hard work does not reach the board members of Congress. Your letter does not reach. Your demands are not heard. Because you have no power, you have no leverage, you have no position. And that's what shit needs to change. You understand? That's the shit that we gotta do. That's the shit that I gotta do. Because it's like it's literally it's like deja vu. This is colonialism slash enslavement slash them niggas. Everything that them niggas told us over the years, them niggas is doing it right now times 12, bro. When they told you about KKK and what they used to do back in the days, the same shit you see these ICE niggas doing. Same shit. When they tell you about all these children that was taken and kidnapped and etc. These niggas, Christopher Columbus did the same shit, and we honor this nigga every year. All of it. Shit crazy, boy. Shit crazy. Just gotta start owning stuff, man. You know, like, you guys don't understand. When you somebody and you can see this shit, and you've been seeing it for a long time, and you've been trying to, and you put the pieces to the puzzle, and you realize is the problem is us not operating in the sense of urgency. Things are not the things that are considered priority to us is really the least beneficial for us. Big facts. You don't need a phone because if you ever need to make a phone call, you can always ask a friend. You can always ask somebody like, hey, can I make a phone call? You tell that person, put it on speaker. You tell that person, put it on speaker, and you make that phone call, you ask your questions, you get from A to B. Really not that hard. Like the shit that we invest our time and our money to really doesn't have no value for either or. Facts. This is facts. Shit crazy. Shit crazy. Yeah, but that's my time, guys. I'm about to go inside, finish enjoying my birthday. Sorry, I ain't gonna lie. We'll finish my birthday, eat something again, and then, say hello, have her say hello to my little friend. You feel me? But it's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holler.